Have you ever wondered how much money does other people earn? Like how much money does a lecturer earn? How much money does a doctor earn? A lawyer, an engineer, a HR professional, or any other professionals in the world? You should be curious. You should find out, even for yourself, just to give yourself a better idea what kind of jobs will suit your financial lifestyle, what kind of jobs will earn the kind of money that you want. And you should also know, like when you step out into the profession, you can expect how much money you will be getting and what kind of a lifestyle it can support. So this is important. The good news for you is that in today's technology, with Google, with internet, it is very possible to find out. And not just that, there are many other ways too. Are you ready to find out? Let's go. There are many ways to obtain compensation data, especially with the internet. A lot of these sources are readily available at the click of a button and instantly. And you have very comprehensive, very accurate, free of charge data even. It may not be perfect. It may not be exactly what you want or the exact industry, the exact occupation, but it's going to give you something very close and something that's good enough for you to do your benchmarking, something that is suitable for you to just understand what's going on outside and recommend it for your company. Okay, let's have a look at them. First up, we have government agencies right here below. So in Singapore, we have our very own Skills Future portal. Okay, for example, in Skills Future, under one of it, you have mycareersfuture.gov.sg. Just key this address in. You can see this page. It might look different from when you are seeing it right now. I don't know, depending if they update the page or not. So, for example, let's check out the job of an engineer, shall we? How to spell? Engineer. Okay. Enter. All right, and once you do that, you should be able to see all the different engineering jobs available. So, example, maybe this one. First one, Amazon Asia Pacific, electrical design engineer for Asia Pacific. They want someone with 8 years experience, and you can see this is the pay range, $8,000 to $15,000 monthly. Okay, maybe we try another one. You want lawyer, okay, and just try any other jobs that interests you, or you have interest for. Okay, maybe just look at this one, legal counsel in Asia for AbbVie Private Limited in the healthcare industry, someone with 6 years experience working in the South area. That's pay range about 9 to 11.5 thousand monthly. Just try one more. Okay, maybe marketing. Okay, marketing, enter, and then okay, you have digital marketing executive trainee. Okay, 1,008. Or you want a marketing and communications manager, that's 6.5 to 96,000 monthly. Marketing director would be 8,000 to 15,000 monthly. So here's an example. Next, we have ONET. You would have already been familiar with this. It's the US government-backed jobs database, and they also give excellent salary information. Just bear in mind, it's in US dollars and it is for the US context. So we might need to account for the exchange rate conversion and also any other kinds of international differences. And lastly, we have schools. So for schools, like most tertiary institutions, like our school, NYP, we do annual surveys with our graduating students or our newly graduated students, and we try to get what's the graduate salary. You would be able to access these freely available online. For industrial groups, so these in our terms today, we're talking about the unions in Singapore. Okay, between the unions and management, they have this collective agreement. So this collective agreement is where a lot of the employee salary information is agreed on, and you can find many benefits and other types of total return information as well.
Some of the very big unions we have are SIASU, SIASU, we have HSEU, and also NTUC. So in each of these, they do have a collective agreement in the company or in the industry that they are supporting.
Right here we have the consultants. So there are two types of consultants that you can get salary data from. The first would be CB consultants. So we have a look at what are some examples later. And another type are the recruitment consultants. Let's have a look.
Here are some CB consultants. We have the big four over here. Of course, you have already heard of Korn Ferry Hay Group. They are a very famous CB consultancy group. They do a lot of salary data surveys. So they have a vast amount of information which they sell it to organizations, and that's one of their products, one of the ways they earn money. Apart from Korn Ferry Hay Group, there's Willis Towers Watson's. Okay, there's Mercer and Aon Hewitt. So these are all very big CB consultancies. They are global. They support organizations all over the world. They are very powerful. They have lots of data available, and their data information are very expensive to buy. So, for example, if you are you're a company, you're an organization, say you are Singtel, for example, and you want to find out how much money are other companies paying, you can buy the data from these CB consultants. They will charge you very expensive money for it. Say, for example, you're going to buy a salary report, then perhaps you pay a couple of $1,000s just for a year. And every year when you want to buy new salary reports, you just keep on paying. So that's one of the ways they earn money. Here are the big recruitment consultants. Here are the big three that we have in Singapore. There are a lot of recruitment consultancies available, but these are the ones that have data that's readily available and that you can also see it for yourself. There's Hay Group, Robert Walters, and Kelly. Okay, some of their salary surveys are made available on the learning portal. Just have a look and see what are some of the information. These are free of charge for people.
Finally, we have data websites. These are freely available open source information. We will have a look at some examples later. And also in-house. In-house would be what a company would do to gather information. For example, if you're an in-house HR, you can gather salary information from other HR, other companies, other partners by doing your own personal surveys, by doing your own research. That will be in-house. For our purpose, we will not touch on in-house. We will be looking on whatever that's covered over on this side.
I'm sure you would have heard of the ones above: Salary.com, PayScale, and Glassdoor. They are free for us to use. I use them a lot myself. So what you have to do is create a free account with them. Very easy. To create a free account, you need to do one thing. That is, you need to contribute one data point. So please just contribute some real data point that you have. It can be any part-time internship jobs that you have already done, temporary jobs, or your friend. Just put in the title, the industry, the salary information. So once you contribute one data point, then they will let you access the entire database, like the open source cloud-based peer-to-peer sharing information database. So I think it's very cool. Their concept is very nice. I personally enjoy this form of peer-to-peer sharing, and you benefit from it, and everybody else does. Everybody else benefits from it too. And the best thing is it's free of charge, cheaper here, yeah.
So we've covered these many sources of compensation data. Now the question is, here's where to find compensation data, but have you ever wondered how did these people get their data from? They employ a method known as surveys. So surveys, right? You would have done a lot of surveys in your life, even here in Nanyang Polytechnic. To get data, organizations use surveys. They basically employ surveys. It is the systematic process of collecting and making judgments about compensation paid by other employers. So there are professional surveys being done outside and in a higher level. And when you go on to university level, you would be trained on how do you ask good survey questions, how do you actually use employ surveys that are fair and that so-called reliable, all the judgment criteria. How do you obtain data that is really clean and suitable? Okay, that one's for another time. So just know that this is all we have to know for this section, this level. Okay, see you in the next.